Hey, it's MK, and I am here with another Kit Conspiracy layout for you guys today, and I am working with my first layout with our pirate collection. I've got a couple photos here that I will be trimming down, and then I thought that I would look at the sticker sheet. I also pulled out this paper here with the knives and gun crosses, and then I picked out this one as well. So my photos are actually of the gunsmith that was in the museum that we were walking through. Well, it's the outside. We didn't actually go in the gunsmith. So I picked out papers that all had weaponry on it, trying to portray that that's what I was talking about. But then in the end, you really don't see a whole lot of these papers. I also picked out a nice stripe because I, associate stripes and pirates. And it's just fun to have that little breakup of a solid piece. And then I pulled out this wood grain paper that isn't really a pirate collection, but it was in my stash when I was working on these pirate photos when I first started working on my cruise album. So I'm going to go ahead and trim down my photos. I'm not going to make you guys watch me trim down my photos, but I'm going to trim them down, as well as these pre-made photo mats that I did. I went ahead and I inked up all the edges at a 4x6 because that's the size that I printed all my photos at. And then I'm just going to fix the sides that I trimmed down because I really wasn't sure what I was going to do with, my photos when I pre-made all of my photo mats. I just thought that I would have them ready in case I kept the photo as is. So I don't know if it was a help or a hindrance. I have no idea. But I pre-made a ton of these photo mats because I actually have a lot of pocket page pages that I was going to do for this set of photos, but they were very boring. There was maybe one 4x6 pocket here to do, two 4x6 pockets there, a 3x4 pocket, and then I do have a page of flip-flops. So that they might all be combined into just one single video because of how little there is to do, because I wanted to make sure that most of the pockets were filled with pictures. Yep. That's it. All right, so I've got my photos all trimmed down. My photo mats are all back to where they need to be. And one of them just basically says that, this is the gunsmith, and then it's got a hanging sign, and then it offers, the little carving on the side offers their wears and tears, like what all is included. What does this gunsmith do? What does he make on all that stuff? So I have a ton of layouts because these layouts are so fun to make. They are up to the imagination. They aren't very serious. They're not of my family. They're just pages where I can play and create and do fun things with. And so I really wanted to stretch out my pages because I love doing pages like this. I absolutely have fun and be creative with pages, that are just fun for me to make and fun to use my supplies because my children aren't little anymore. And who's to say that their children are going to be into the same things that I was in, because it's a whole different generation. I don't know if, my kids' kids are going to be into dinosaurs or pirates or, superheroes and things like that. And so when I am able to have fun with pages like this, then I want to just savor it for as long as I can. So yes, I went a little overboard on how many pages I did in my album. I've got pages about the weapons, which are these right here. I have pages about the flags. I have pages about the ship, which I already did. So lots and lots of pages, you guys, just because of the fact that, again, I want to have fun with it, and I don't want to save this product in hopes that my kids' kids are into pirates as much as I was back in the day, right? So, that's just my excuse. Well, doing all of these pages, I did a ton of research on pirates because I was just very interested in their way of life, basically. And this little museum gave us a little look into it. but it wasn't a whole lot. It wasn't, well, I guess it wasn't a whole lot because I found out that this was just about the pirates of the Caribbean. It wasn't really the pirates of, the northern seas or the southern sea. Well, they were the southern seas, but the eastern and the western. And there were pirates all over the place. French pirates, English pirates, Viking pirates. I mean, they were all over the place and they all did their own thing. And so when we talk about, the fantasies of, the pirate code and this and that, they really didn't have one because they weren't really, they were all over the place, and they very rarely saw each other and, and got up for gatherings. And so, yeah, I just thought that it was interesting because the more that I learned and the more that I researched, the more that I found out that the pirate world is huge, super huge, and we still pirate today. Like there's still lots of vessels that raid barge ships and things like that today. And so it just blows my mind at what little things that I think of until I actually start scrapbooking. So because of the gunsmith, I thought I would look them up and see what weapons I am adding to my layout. I thought it would be fun because I have all these imagery and it would just be nice if I knew the names of them. And so I found this little article here, and it said pirates use a wide variety of weapons. And during this time on the high seas, pirates targeted valuable cargoes and vulnerable settlements while wielding very simple weapons because they had to be able to maintain these weapons at long periods of time because they were out at sea. And so the simple the better is how they were looking at it. And the more that they are able to maintain them themselves, the less they had to go to a gunsmith. But when they went to a gunsmith, it was either to fix the weapons they already had or to trade them in for newer weapons and that needed less maintaining. So I thought that was kind of cool. But some of the weapons that they wielded were cutlasses. My favorite was a stink pot. And then, of course, an assortment of gunpowder weaponry. So on my particular layout, I decided, because it's up to me, right? I decided that I was going to add cutlasses and then a weapon called a blunderbuss. And then, of course, I'm going to call my little bomb there a stink pot, just so I could tell you guys what a stink pot is. So a cutlass, which are the little swords that I just poked out of my chipboard piece, pirates use the short, broad saber known as a cutlass, especially in the English pirates, the Scottish pirates, and these ones are the Viking pirates, the Barbadian pirates. They all use a cutlass, which was a 17th century weapon, which features a single sharp edge and a protective handguard. So that way, when they are being attacked, they have that little handguard to protect, somebody trying to get the knife or the cutlass out of their hand. So, yeah, it was kind of cool. The versatile blades lent themselves in being used as a tool not only on land, but as well as, like climbing up the ropes and things like that. So super, super fun. I'm going to just go ahead and paint mine this silver color. I did the same thing with the little gun as well. And I'm pretending, only because my gun that is made out of the acrylic looks like this one a lot, but the one I just painted silver doesn't really look like that. But I'm going to pretend that it is a blunderbuss. And what a blunderbuss is a muzzle loading gun with a short bore, a large bore, but it's a short gun, so it's easy to hold and carry. And it's got a very heavy kick because it's loaded with a single slug projectiles, kind of like a cannon. Or you can put several small pellets. So basically, it's an early shotgun. But they just called it a blunderbuss. which I thought was a fun name to say. All right, I'm going to stop here for a minute and let you guys know what I'm doing. So many years ago, I bought this netting, which is a home decor piece. So if you guys are into, hanging up stuff like this in your home decor, I've seen a lot of people like mix shells in it, starfish, things like that, and they have it mostly in bathrooms. Well, I bought it because it was just the perfect size for me to use in my scrapbooking. It's not too thick, and the little openings are not too large. Like I always see them usually 2x2 large. And this one was absolutely perfect. Don't ask me where I bought it, you guys. I bought it probably at a yard sale many moons ago, and I am just now opening it. So I do have the packaging. I was going to try to look it up, but I haven't yet to see if, I can even still find this manufacturer that made the packaging. But I haven't had that chance to do that yet. So anyways, I took my Distress Oxide inks. At first I pulled out my Distress, not ink, sprays. At first I pulled out my, just my spray stains, and I knew that wasn't going to work right away. So I pulled out my oxides because I wanted this to be blue. And I started with, the name of it eludes me, the speckled egg one. I started with that one. Then I sprayed it a little bit with the Lost Shadow, so that way I had a little bit of lighter piece to it. And then I also used Tumbled Glass on it, just to give it a little bit of variation. Well, it turned out to be a little lighter than I wanted it to, so I ended up using an ink pad because I didn't want to spray it again. I ended up using an ink pad from the Blue Ribbon ink pads, and I just absolutely love how it looks now. So it turned out perfect. So I've got a light undertone and a dark overtone on my net, and it was just the perfect addition that my page really needed. All right, so the last weapon that I wanted to talk about are actually a couple homemade weapons that I thought were pretty cool, and the stink pot was one of them, only because really the pirates didn't want to spend their money on any of their weaponry. Like they were just using junk that they had on hand. And even in their grenades they would put old rusty nails, metal shards, anything that they could think of to put inside their grenade. And then that's what they threw on the deck before they got on the deck of the boat. So that way it would shock and awe people, and move people out of their way. If it harmed people, then that's the effect they were going for. But mostly it was to clear the deck so they had a place to land and get on the deck themselves, instead of trying to land and everybody's trying to attack them from underneath. So the stink pot is a variation of the grenade, and it was stuffed with intoxicating substances like sulfur, so something that would make them choke and gag and again back away. When exploded, the chemicals produced a nauseous cloud that was intended to cause panic and confusion as opposed to destruction, right? So that was the whole idea of the pirates, is to get from one ship, their ship, to the ship that they're invading. They need to disorient the people that they were trying to get a hold of. And to me, because of course all we have are TV shows and books and things, that they made it look so easy, but the pirates really figured out ways to get on the boat without actually harming them. And so I thought that was pretty cool. Not that destruction is cool. No, that's not what I'm saying. But I thought that was very interesting compared to what we've read about in the books. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and start decorating my my layout. And I found a couple of these parrots, and I don't have any parrot, anythings, like no pictures of pirates and no captains with pirates on their shoulders or anything. And so I thought that it would be cute to have the little pirate with the ship's wheel tucking out from behind. And then I'm going to cover up the entire pirate and just put that ahoy matey sticking out. So that way I still use my elements, but I don't actually have the need for 32 birds on all my pages. I am going to add a little bit of yellow. I'm just not really sure how I'm going to incorporate the yellow, because my photo with the sign, with the gunsmith sign hanging, has a lot of yellow in it. So that's going to be one of my yellow. And then I want to add this little flare to be my second yellow, but then I need a third yellow because it just really doesn't look very well. I'm going to add my little bomb, or I should say my stink pot, even though that's not really what the stink pot looks like. I just thought it was neat to read about the weaponry back in the day. And like I said, the blunderbuss being very similar to a shotgun, I thought was really, really cool as well. Some of the other weapons that I didn't mention are the ones that, most of us are aware of, the grappling hooks and the muskets and all that stuff. Those are actually used today. And so I thought it was kind of cool, where the other weapons that I'm mentioning aren't really seen today. Well, like I said, except for the shotgun, you can see that, if you hunt birds, you can definitely see the shotgun quite a bit, or clay pigeons. We have a lot of clay pigeon competitions here in our little town of Spring Creek and Elko. We have a clay pigeon competition, and that's super fun. My youngest son's very first clay pigeon, he did so well. He's never practiced, nothing. And I mean, he got 11 out of 12, and that was fabulous. All right, so I'm going to add one more little yellow bit, and it's this little spyglass here. And I'm worried that if I tuck it in too much, then you guys won't be able to tell that it's a spyglass. Now, these were my earlier pieces of acrylic before I started buying the two-tone thinner acrylic. And the scoring inside, you really have to twist and turn the acrylic to see the scoring, which it's still very pretty. I love the swirl of this gold acrylic, but I just really didn't like the fact that you can't see that scoring unless I twist and turn the page for you guys. So yeah, it's not one of my favorites, but I haven't brought them back yet. And so there's my page, you guys. I had so much fun, and like I said, I don't really get to play like this when I'm doing more serious photos or more documenting. And so this to me was just really, really fun. It was fun looking up all the different little pieces and bits of weaponry that I thought were very fun to say and to learn about, because like I said, all their weaponry has to be maintained aboard their ship while they're out at sea for the long periods of time that they are. So super fun. All right, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out with me today and listening to, my blunders. I do appreciate when you guys stop by and check to see what I am up to. Again, thank you so much. Don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel. She is Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube, and my partner in crime when it comes to Kit Conspiracy. We are the think tank behind Kit Conspiracy. So don't forget to check out Janet Fritz's channel. Again, Galaxy Girl Creations here on YouTube. And see what she is doing for her pirate theme. And I will check you guys all later. Bye.